Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so what we're working on today is this 3-season patio structure here. First of all, let's go into the overall dimensions that I have here. So I have a dimension here of about 26 feet. Actually, it's going to be 25 feet from this post here to the post over here. And then we have a section here of 16 foot to the structure to the outside edge over here. I have a height here of 9 feet off the finished floor. Also, you can see that I do have this main beam up here at 8'2". That might be off a little bit, but that should be okay. And then we have a section here that comes up to over here at 10 feet off the finished floor, and that's 3 feet in from the outer edge over here, or the inside edge over here. And then we have the section that goes all the way up to the top up here, all the way down to the finished floor at 11 feet here. You can see that there are some fans. Now I've placed the fans off of these beams here. You can see this second one over here and the outer one over here. And also placed it so that they're centered within the patio structure over here. You can see there's a very large TV set. I believe this door here swings in. Now this door is not structured perfectly according to what the images were, but just so you can see there is a door that swings in. Should not be an issue. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention here. So the question was, whether a heater could be installed in a polycarbonate type of structure. That's what all of this clear see-through glass area is, and I'm assuming that this is a probably a like a plastic type wood structure as well. So the only thing I can really mention is, all manufacturers of outdoor heating equipment, when they have a clearance zone, and sorry for the zooming here, the clearance zone is typically set up so that it's hard to go through some of this this design here, so I apologize for that. But anyways, the clearance zone is designed so that when you meet the clearances to combustible materials, those combustible materials, the heat typically will not rise more than 90 degrees above ambient temperature. So let's just say that, you can see right now we have some snow out here. Let's just say that it's 30 degrees out here inside the structure at a particular time, and you turn the heaters on. The ambient temperature of the structure itself is 30 degrees, and then it rises up to a possible of 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Also note that, let's say you turn the heaters on the hottest day of the year, and I'm here in Southern California, and it gets hottest times of the year sometimes gets up to 110 degrees, so that would be 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So you'd have to talk to the manufacturer who manufactures the material and see how hot their material can actually get before it alters or changes. So I don't have the true answer to how hot can you get it. Now, what I could say is, if you go further away from the clearance area, meaning like in some of these cases, 9 inches, or 6 inches from the ceiling to the top of the heater itself, then you are reducing some of that clearance. Now, we don't have a calculation of that because it has not been tested that way. but you will reduce the ambient temperature increase if you drop it further away from any type of combustible material. All right, well, I hope that answers that question, and I'm going to go into the particular layout of how I would place units for this seating position. So the main seating position, I believe, is right here. I did see some tables over here, but they weren't set up to where I understood that properly. But the client did say that they were just going to heat up a smaller portion of the area. So what I'm going to do first is set up 2 of the CD6000 watt units, and I'm hanging them this direction here. The reason I'm doing that is because of the slope portion of the ceiling, number one, and number two, the distance that this is, again, 16 feet. If I put one heater, going parallel with these beams, I'm only going to heat up a 12-foot maximum throw. So, yes, you could put it off center, and that might work, but let's just go ahead and see what this is first of all. And again, we have a 6-inch clearance here, 6-inch clearance above the heater. So again, moving through this this screened-in section here, I'll call it, makes it a little bit difficult to maneuver very smoothly. So I apologize for that. But what I have here is from here to here, a 6-inch clearance. So you can see here, clearance above the heater, 6 inches. And then around the heater, we have a clearance of 18 inches from this edge here to the edge of the, let's put that dimension back on, to the edge of the outer diameter of the fan blades themselves. So that's what I have here. And then the same is true over here, 18 inches from the edge of the heater to the edge of the fan blade, as well as, if there's any combustible material on this side here as well, you want to make sure you're meeting that 18 inches over here. I think that's about it, and I have that centered over the seating position here. So if your seating position's to the right a little bit or to the left a little bit, that's where your center point you might want to have. And then also note that this has a slope over here, and there's different sections or different types of slopes here. So you would not want to push the heater all the way past this edge here, because you will start to cause issue with the clearance down below the heater itself. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So I'm going to turn off those clearances. I'm going to turn off the dimension right now, and then look at the footprint of heat with 2 units here. You can see you're going to heat up an area that's roughly from here to this edge here, based off of the center point here, 6 feet that direction, 6 feet that direction, or 12 feet total. And then you'll get a footprint of about 10 feet in this direction, left to right on each unit. So that should cover the whole entire 16-foot portion there. All right, so that is 2 of the 6,000 watt units. Let's go ahead and show what it would look like. Oh, I just should mention here too that you can see here that our this is infrared light wave. So infrared light wave is a light beam. Even though I'm showing the manufacturer's ideal footprint, there is heat waves that do come out further from each side. So there is going to be some overlapping heat rays in the middle here, and there should be enough coverage because I have some overlapping footprint of the heat ray here, about a foot. So that overlapping ray should be enough to keep this section here warm as well. And I do have these pointed straight down to the ground from their position. Oh, another thing you might want to think about too is, you might have to put in some sort of bar that goes across, or even mount it on here and then drop it with maybe a chain or something of that nature, and not use the actual bracket here. And just remove the bracket and place a chain on in place of that bracket, and you could drop it down from 6 inches to a total of whatever it is really that you think is beneficial. I like this height personally, so I would probably stick with 6 to 8 inches from this portion of the structure itself. So and that's true on this side here as well, from this portion of the structure here down to 6 inches to here. And then let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it with regards to that. So let's go ahead and look at the other option that I would probably do if this was my application. I would go with possibly 4 of the 5200 watt units. Now again, the brackets aren't positioned where the structure is, so you may either want to put a bar here or possibly move the heater over slightly. I like it, the distance I have is close to the 5-foot diameter blade that I have here, just so that those overlapping rays in the center are decent. And then you can see that I've moved the heater over here to the very edge of the cross beam here, as well as the edge of the cross beam over here. These here are 48 inches long from left to right. The other heaters are 61¼ inch long, so if I place 2 of those here, there'd be a lot of heat overlapping in the center, so that's why I'm choosing this particular model for the space that I'm going to heat now. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint, and you can see here that now our footprint here is much wider. So if you're utilizing this space for different events, let's say you were to place dining space in here for a particular event, and you were to move the sofa to the right, you can get that space heated very nicely for the different type of events that you might have. So but you can see a good overlapping rays, and yeah, these are a very good and recommended application. Again, if this was my place, this is kind of what I would want as far as heating the majority of the patio structure. We're probably missing about 3 feet on either side here, but yeah, this would be my preferred application here. 4 of the 5224 CD model heaters. The other thing too is you'd probably want to use a control system where you can turn these on from 10% all the way up to 100%, or you can use a duplex switch, but I would probably go with a control panel where I can actually dim the system down rather than just simple on off because of the intensity for different times of year. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not support us unless we receive a thumbs up from you, our viewers. We truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.